All right, we are now recording this session, case number 255003 FY3. And you are Caleb Moses Picard, is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And the address we have is?
Residence.
What is your mailing address, please? All right, this is a case alleging count one, resist and obstruct a police officer, first responder. Count two, harboring felons. And count three, resist and obstruct a police officer, first responder. Now, Mr. Jarboe is here today as the arraignment attorney to assist you through this first hearing with the court. So, Mr. Jarboe, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Picard regarding the charges, the possible sentence, and his Miranda rights?
Yes, so we've
All right. I have to thank Alyssa for sending this to me and also Brecken for helping me with it. This is so weird to me. They are in Suttons Bay. I can't begin to express. I've lived in Suttons Bay, Michigan before. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a village. It is tiny. My sister got married in Suttons Bay. I mean, I really shouldn't let the cat out of the bag because Leelanau County is some kind of cute. But it's so weird that I'm doing a clip from there.
reviewed the felony complaint. He's aware of the counts and the potential penalties under Michigan law. Where he's waiving further reading of the felony complaint. He's aware of his rights and will waive further reading of those to the court, to the extent the court allows. He's simply asking that pleas of not guilty be entered on these counts. He is going to be asking the court to screen him for eligibility for assigned counsel.
All right, Mr. Picard, you do have the right to have an attorney to assist you on this case. And since you feel you're unable to afford one, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the information you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, I'll be asking you questions for the purposes of the court-appointed attorney request and also for bond setting. What is your phone number, please? All right, it's important we get that so that your court-appointed attorney can get a hold of you. All right, and do you have an email address, sir? Are you renting, buying, living with parents, or paying room and board at that rent?
Nothing. I don't pay anything.
You don't pay anything?
No.
Do you own it?
No.
And are you single, married, divorced, or separate?
Divorced.
Do you have any dependent children living with you?
Not living with me, no.
Are you working?
This guy's life is all good. He's not married. Whatever happens here is irrelevant. He isn't going to get nagged at the end of the day.
No.
When was the last time you did have a job?
2023.
Do you have a source of income?
Nope.
So you have no money in the bank?
I got $1.98 in the bank.
Okay, keeping your account open.
Nope.
All right, and do you own a vehicle?
Nope.
So you own nothing. Okay.
Mm.
All right, the court's going to appoint an attorney to assist you through this case. You should be receiving information sometime in the next few days about that. All right, this brings us to bond setting on this case. Mr. Jarboe, did you have anything you'd like to say about bond?
Well, Mr. Picard indicates that there is a hold on him from Charlevoix County for a probation violation for which he would like to have taken care of. He believes it may end up with him serving some additional jail time in Charlevoix. So his request, and he describes it as missing a court date versus simply a payment issue. Having said that, he would ask the court to consider a PR bond in this matter so he could be released to Charlevoix, so that he could go to Charlevoix and get his matter resolved there. I simply indicate I would provide that request to the court.
All right, thank you. Well, given the fact that you had a couple of fail to appears here.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Possibly.
One being the FOC case in Grand Traverse County?
Yeah, that one I missed by 2 hours. I got the time messed up.
Okay, well.
Like, I called him at 11 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 9 a.m.
And that was
I had
back.
court for 3 different counties at 3 different times for 3 different weeks, and I messed one up.
Okay, well, that was back in July.
Yep.
This is back now October, so you've had plenty of time to take care of that by going.
Oh,
there
yeah,
and
and
take
I
care of it.
called him, and he told me if I
Right.
could come up with fucking
Yeah.
$25,000, he'd release the warrant. So I didn't come up with 25,000, I didn't get the warrant
Okay,
released.
okay, okay.
But go ahead
I
and start.
understand.
Oh, she looks sweet, but this is not the magistrate to mess with. Just because she has a soft voice, she's got a hammer under there.
I mean, I
but-
really don't give a fuck.
Okay, let's keep our language a little cleaner, okay, sir?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, given the fact that we do have some failure to appears, there is really no guarantee at this point that if we gave you a PR bond to go back to Emmett County, that you'd actually show up in ours. So we are going to be
Considering I'm
giving
looking
you,
at 9 months in that county, there's a
Okay.
good chance I'll still be.
well,
in
we're
there.
going to give you a monetary 10% bond, which means you're going to be earning credit for time served. So you'll either be getting credit for time served on our case or their case, because you are in custody. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to set this as a $10,000 10% bond.
So $1,000 will get me moved to Charlevoix?
$1,000 we get you
Cool.
to Charlevoix.
Get me out
Oh,
of
we're
here.
not
I'm
done.
with this dumbass
Nope.
shit.
We're not done yet. Mr.
What?
Picard, we're not done yet.
We're done.
No, okay.
We're done. You told me
You're
$1,000 to get me out of jail. I'm done
Okay,
talking to you.
sir, you're not going to have that bond if you don't sit down.
I don't even want the bond.
Okay,
Do you think I can come up with $1,000 if I can come up with
Sir,
$400 to get out on child support?
you're
warrant?
getting credit for time served.
Good
Let's
deal.
finish.
On some
Let's-
charges that are some bullshit.
Okay, sir, would you like a bond or not like a bond?
I would love a bond.
You would love
I
a
love a
bond?
PR bond so I can go up there and fucking deal with my shit.
Sir,
You can put
Sir,
a dollar
I'm-
down.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to mute you because I'm going to go through the conditions
deal.
of this bond, okay? Thank you. Now, standard bond conditions will apply. You'll be able to read about those when you receive the paperwork from the court.
Mm-hmm.
Now, no alcohol, illegal drugs, marijuana, minor mood altering substances are to be in your possession. Do you take medications?
Nope.
All right. And you are subject to discretion, sir. We're not done. Have a seat. Thank you. You're subject to discretionary testing. You're not to have weapons of any kind, no threatening, intimidating, harassing behavior towards any persons. You are to be respectful of all court staff, law enforcement, care providers. Now, you're not to have any contact with Jennifer Robtoy and to stay 500 yards away from
Love
where
you too,
you might
lady.
be
Why am I
during the
not allowed to have
pendency
contact with
of
her?
this bond.
Why am I not allowed to
Your
have contact with
court-appointed
her?
attorney,
No, hold up.
Okay,
Why am I not
sir.
allowed to have contact with her?
sir,
Why
your
is that a condition of
court-appointed
this bond?
attorney.
Fuck this. I'm done. Get me the fuck out of this house.
Okay, no bond.
These are my people. This is exactly how I grew up, right here. It's northern Michigan, right there. Just very cold and standoffish. Not bad, but just the public face is very stoic. They've seen everything. They're not shocked by anything, but they're not going to get emotional about it publicly. She'll go back in chambers and laugh about it, but she's not going to show you.
Sorry. We tried. Okay, no bond on this. We are going to schedule him for a probable cause conference on November 12th at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we're going to be scheduling the preliminary exam, which is required on November 19th at 11 o'clock in the morning at the courthouse in Antrim County. So, Mr. Jarbo,
Okay,
thank you for trying to assist with this particular client. I'm sure his
No issue.
court-appointed attorney
Well
will
done.
try to work something out for him.
you did a good job. All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Hey, you too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've reviewed the PSR. We're prepared to go forward. I'd like to highlight the fact that Mr. Yax has no prior felonies. We acknowledge that he has a prior record, but no prior felonies. At the time of his arrest, I think as you can see through the video, he was going through a very difficult time. His mother had passed. He was
All right. I have to blame Shelley Needs Coffee for this. You're never going to believe it, but Judge O'Donnell's in a mood.
dealing with custody issues with his 11-year-old daughter. But he's maintained employment throughout. He's working now, submitted clean urine screens, went through treatment at Lark. I think he's been proactive in taking measures to right the ship here. We'd ask the court to consider community control sanctions. They should also consider the documentation that was submitted on Mr. Yax's behalf. And he's got his counselors in the courtroom would like to be heard as well.
All right, who do you want to go first?
The counselor, please.
Hello, my name is Larry Mateka. My wife and I run the Draft Horse Project. It's called out in Geauga County. It's a therapy farm that does all kinds of therapy, including equine therapy, as well as life consulting, life coaching. And we do a lot of work for Geauga County courts. Jeremy and his daughter Anna have been coming to the farm for quite a while. His daughter gets the horse therapy while Jeremy and I do the coaching and the consulting. And I just wanted to just share a few things because, I mean, I think Jeremy's just done a really good job. I think he's taken responsibility. I think he's starting out a little bit more in the victim mode, and I think as time's gone on, I think he's really started to take responsibility, realizing the mistakes he's made, the cost of those mistakes, the risk of those mistakes, especially, he's taking care of a little girl, and I feel like he's doing a good job of it. We love Anna. We work with her a lot at the farm.
Tell us
I
more.
think Jeremy's figuring some things out. Maybe a little late in life, but he is figuring some things out and some things he needs to do differently. I've been really impressed with his learning, time that we've had together and the amount that he's learned. So I just think it would be such a shame if he had to do time in any way and had to be away from his daughter. It's just we're at a critical time here that we're making a lot of progress. And probably in summary, he's a good man, and that's what I've come to learn. We've spent a lot of hours together, and I think he's trying to do the right thing. So just wanted to share that.
All right, thank you. Mr. Yax, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
Nothing.
Well, that's unusual.
Well, I've gone through so many court dates, so many. I just want to
What
get
do
it.
you mean you've gone through so many court dates?
Well, with this thing alone,
Can you feel it? Can you feel the love tonight? Can you just feel it kind of working up here? Oh, yeah.
I went to Wycliffe 6 times. I've been here multiple times. The whole process, calling off work.
Are we inconveniencing you?
No, you're not. That's
Sounds
not,
like it.
No, it's not at all. It's just this has opened the door to the mother of my child's here. She's hoping that I go to jail because
We've had a good day. We've had both McNally and O'Donnell drop. I don't want to inconvenience you to a defendant, and it was appropriate both times.
it's going to open the door for her to move forward with. I've had custody of my daughter since she's 14 months old,
Okay.
and this has opened the door to so many other
Who
things.
opened the door? You say this, what do you mean?
I opened the door.
Right.
I did this.
Okay.
And I'm just ready to move forward in life. I would just like this to be past tense in my life. I'd like to move forward. I'm sick of being stuck, like spinning my wheels in the mud. I'm ready to move forward in life.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean, move forward in life?
I'm ready to move beyond where I'm at now.
Where are you at now?
I feel like I'm stuck, just in life in general.
Why?
Because I made a huge mistake, and that's been months and months and months ago, and I'm still dealing with the consequences now. I've gone months. I was I was under bond. My bond conditions were no driving. Well, I'm a professional driver. That's how I make a
Well,
living.
well, goddamn it, you're driving under the influence, and you got drugs, and you're complaining because your bond condition was no driving? Am I hearing that right?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the situation.
You're complaining. You know, Mr. Mateka indicated that you've made a lot of progress.
I love it.
If that's true, I'd hate to see where you were when you started this shit, okay? Because you're a commercial driver, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got a lousy driving record, by the way, but you're still a commercial driver. And so you got drugs, you use drugs, you get in your car, and you get stopped. And boy, do you come across as being put upon, having to go through all this stuff. That's how you came across during the trial and the pretrial. That's how you come across right now. Woe is Jeremy. So how are you ever going to put this behind you if you do nothing but
Jeremy spoke in court today.
sit around feeling sorry for yourself for the stuff that you've done? Explain that to me. And then I ask you what you have to say, and you say nothing. You don't have the slightest clue where you're at, do you?
I do know where I'm at. I've gone to drug rehab. I completed that. I went through the child custody. I completed that. I did all the requirements of Geauga County, Ashtabula County. It's all completed. I understand I messed up. I don't think it should be a life sentence.
Well, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to leave here with me imposing a life sentence. I'm pretty sure of that. So knock off the nonsense, okay? Knock off, because that still communicates to me that you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. And that's all it is. How are you going to get by, as you state, how are you going to get past what happened if you don't think any of this stuff was your fault? You're just a victim of circumstance.
I don't think that, sir. This is totally my fault. No one made me go buy them drugs. I did it. I did it. I bought them. Not where I was at, where I got pulled over. I just happened to be in the same spot that they think it's a drug house, or is a drug house. It was just happened to be a coincidence that I was there. I
What were
wasn't
you-
buying the drugs from him.
What were you doing there?
I was returning a chainsaw to him.
Judge, I was returning a chainsaw coincidentally at a drug house. Okay.
Something I borrowed from him. I was only there a couple minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Then where'd you
But-
get the drugs?
I got them from Geauga County at my mother's house where I was working. It wasn't even supposed to be crack what I was getting. It was supposed to be Adderall, but that's what he gave me. And
There's no visible difference between crack and Adderall?
it's totally different. Yes, there is.
Okay,
Yes.
so it wasn't a mistake. Listen to me. Who had drugs at your mother's house?
His name was Benny Blakely.
And what was he doing at your mother's house?
He was helping me work on trees.
Without getting into further detail, there were drugs involved that people were giving to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack, and
I'm down, moving him out of the way.
And that's, you were shocked that Benny had crack, right?
He was supposed to give me Adderall.
Okay.
But
So
he
you
gave me
know
crack
that,
instead.
you know that Benny deals in drugs, right?
I do.
Okay. And so you went there to get Adderall, and he gave you crack. And apparently you've never seen crack before, right?
Years ago I did.
Okay. So when he gave you crack, when you wanted Adderall, you just thought, well, what the hell, I'll take the crack.
Yes, I guess.
Okay. So what was the point of getting Adderall from Benny?
Well, I took Adderall, I don't know, to be awake. There was so much going on. I was cleaning out my mother's house. I was working a full-time job. The crack just happened, no, it didn't just happen. I received the crack, I was supposed to get Adderall. He gave me the crack instead. I was returning a chainsaw to Richard Thomas's house. He is a known tree guy, yes, he is. We tried out the crack at his house. I had no way to smoke the crack, I didn't have the pipe, I didn't have the other stuff to go with it.
The good thing you were at Richard's house then, because he's a drug dealer, right?
Richard's been my friend for,
Okay, but they're sitting on that house because there's narcotic sales going in and out of that house, right? That's why they were there.
I did not know that.
I don't believe you. I mean, you're the worst victim of circumstances I've ever seen in my life. That Sluga has happened to sit on that house because it's a drug house. You happen to go in and out of that house, like everybody else buying drugs goes in and out of that house, and he happened to stop you because you just happened to be returning a chainsaw. Unbelievable, as in not believable. So getting back to the beginning of this thing, you want to put this all behind you and move on, and you can't tell me one bit of the truth. Not one bit.
Sir, it is the truth.
Okay.
I smoked the crack at Richard's house, but I didn't buy it from him. When the officer walked up to my window, he wanted me to make a deal wearing a wire in the house and whatever. Everything else was recorded besides that. I didn't buy the crack from Richard. I got the crack from Benny Blake.
Okay. How long have you been using drugs, illicit drugs?
I went 20 years without using nothing. I've been a professional driver going on 20 years. Random drug testing. I've always been in a drug pool. I haven't failed a drug test ever until around this time.
Okay.
Thanks to Wizinator, TM.
So how long have you held a commercial driver's license?
20 years.
And how long has it been since you used crack?
I never used crack until April.
Well, you told me that you had used it years ago. About
Yeah,
10 minutes ago, you told me.
Cocaine. I used cocaine.
Okay.
The same thing, right?
Yes, it is the same thing.
I did not smoke it until just recently.
Okay.
That was
When did you
Dublin.
use cocaine before this?
When I was a kid, 20 years ago. I've been completely sober for 20 years. Not completely, no, that's a lie. I did use alcohol. I quit drinking 5 years ago. I passed every single drug test ever in the last 20 years. Until just recently, around in April, I failed a couple drug
What kind of
tests.
drug tests were you taking in the last 20 years?
I was in a random drug pool for being a professional driver.
So how often were you drug tested in the last 20 years?
I would say a minimum of at least 50 times.
And who was doing the tests?
Arms Trucking, AJ's. I worked for Western Express. It was all random. I'm randomly drug tested by Columbus. Any commercial driver is in a random drug pool.
And what, you list AJ's transportation from 8/8 of 14 to present. Is that who you're working for?
Yes, sir.
Yourself?
I'm an owner-operator.
So during that time period, in the last 11 years, who makes you show up for a random drug test?
I'm in the multiple drug pools.
Okay. Who?
For Arms Trucking, Sumeral Health is where I'm at now for AJ's.
Who's Arms Trucking?
Arms Trucking is a trucking company that I'm a broker for out of East Clarendon.
So they give you notice to show up somewhere to take a test.
Yes.
And where do you show up to take a test?
They have a mobile medical lab that comes to the office. And if your name's pulled, you go take the test.
Where did you go to drug treatment?
I went to Ashtabula, the Donahoe Center. It's on Route 20.
What'd you do there?
I went to treatment. I went to my,
What kind of treatment?
I had a drug assessment and I went to the treatment that was recommended.
Okay. So what was the treatment that was recommended?
Drug awareness.
What does that mean?
You go to a class and they tell you about the drugs and the consequences that it happens.
Well, you already know what the consequences are, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you went to how many classes?
12?
Once a week?
Yes.
How long were the classes?
2.5 hours?
And what else did you do?
In the class, or
In that program?
it was random drug testing
Okay.
in the classes.
What do you have from LARC, Cindy?
Brian, I have a certificate of completion for a substance abuse program from LARC. I have a letter from LARC that states his attendance at a substance abuse group, which is 1.5 hours long for 12 sessions. And then I also have an integrated service plan from LARC.
What's the plan?
Integrated service plan is for the defendant to have his daughter back, come back home, get back to work, and live a normal life. They set up some objectives to do that through Ashtabula Children's Services.
Why were they involved?
Ashtabula Children's Services?
Yeah.
So there was a case plan put in place by Geauga County. Ashtabula County, I believe, is where Mr. Yachts resides, or why was Ashtabula County involved? I don't know specifically, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
What about it?
Well, when there was drugs involved, my aunt filed for emergency custody of my daughter, and they opened a case plan.
Geauga County did.
Ashtabula County,
Ashtabula County. And what's Geauga County got to do with it?
because there's been an ongoing case going on 11 years for a custody. I have had my daughter since she was 14 months old.
Okay. So this sounds like a rather surfacey drug treatment situation from LARC, okay? Which tells me one thing, which tells me that you kind of minimized your involvement with drugs and alcohol, and they fashioned a plan based on your minimization. That's what that tells me.
They asked me in my assessment a bunch of questions, exact same way. I really don't know. I did the assessment.
Right. The assessment's only as good as the information you give the assessor, right?
Well, I've been through,
I mean, garbage in, garbage out, right?
I've had multiple assessments throughout the years.
Where else did you have an assessment?
I'm not really, Geauga County, Ravenwood. I had one there for, when I was getting custody of my daughter. I went to anger management. I've gone to parenting classes. I've gone
I'm
to,
talking about, you said assessments. I'm talking about drug and alcohol assessments.
That was at Ravenwood.
When?
Within the last 11 years. I couldn't give you the exact date.
So why does somebody who played around with cocaine 20 years ago suddenly start taking cocaine this spring? I mean, first of all, before you answer that, did you have a really good experience with cocaine 20 years ago?
No, I did not.
Okay, so now 20 years later, you're buying Adderall from whatever the hell the guy's name was, because you regularly buy Adderall from the guy, right?
I didn't regularly, no.
Well, how often did you?
My relapse on drugs was very short-lived. I want to say it was just a couple months.
So for a couple months, you've been buying Adderall?
Yes.
Okay. And what, to do what? To accomplish what?
There was just so much going on. I was cleaning out my mother's house. I was running a business. I was a full-time father. There's only so many hours in the day, and I was tired. The Adderall kept me awake.
So, did you get hooked on Adderall?
I believe I did, yes.
And so then this character who sells you Adderall illegally produces out of the blue crack cocaine, and you think, I had a really shitty experience with cocaine 20 years ago, I think I'll try it again. Is that right?
No, it wasn't like that.
What was it like?
I gave him the money for Adderall, and he produced the cocaine.
And then what?
I took it.
No, you didn't take it. You took it, put it in your pocket, took it to the other guy with the chainsaw, took it to his house, and smoked it there. Isn't that what you told me?
Yes.
Okay. So, what did you say? Whatever your name is, where's the Adderall? I wanted Adderall. I need the Adderall. I need the Adderall to stay awake. Where's the Adderall?
It didn't go that far, sir.
Well, how
I
far
took
did
the
it go?
drugs.
How far did it go?
Into my pocket.
And then you immediately left.
Not immediately, no.
Okay. And so how long were you there before you left?
An hour, hour and a half.
So an hour and a half later, you leave. You don't have any apparatus to smoke the crack, right?
I did not.
Okay. And so it just happened to be that you had the chainsaw that had to go over to somebody's house, and you knew that he was a drug dealer, that he would have the apparatus to smoke the crack, right?
I did not know he was a drug dealer. Richard Thomas, I worked with him in Imperial Trade. I worked with him on and off. I knew he smoked crack. Yes, I did. I did know that. I did not know he was a drug dealer. So I'm not saying that.
How am I supposed to sentence somebody who can't? I mean, I'm supposed to sentence somebody based on a bunch of factors, which include, since you don't have a felony before, rehabilitation, primarily rehabilitation. How am I supposed to fashion a plan for rehabilitation if you can't tell me the goddamn truth? How am I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to guess, pull out my crystal ball, and figure out what the truth is? How am I supposed to do that?
Sir, I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're not. You can't even tell me the truth about telling me the truth.
Richard Thomas has been my friend for numerous years.
Maybe you need new friends. If you knew the guy was a crack addict, why is your friend a crack addict?
That's his life choices.
Okay. Well, it's your life choice to hang around with the crack addict, right? Maybe you got a bad circle of friends. You don't view it that, obviously you don't view it that way.
You know, all this has gone on. I removed everyone from my house because the drugs were kind of at my house per se.
What does that mean?
These
Drugs
people,
are, the drug
The drugs are kind of at my house per se. Yeah, we know. We know. We know all about it.
drugs were kind of at my house per se. What does that mean? Drugs don't just walk into your house, okay? People who have drugs go into your house, and that's how the drugs get into your house. And you're letting people take drugs into your house for some reason. Somebody who doesn't use drugs is letting people who use drugs bring drugs into your house.
okay, sir, my mom
I mean, when you put it that way, Judge, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
died. I have little sisters. They're exposed to a bunch of bad people. I opened my door to these people, trying to help my sisters. Since then, I've been in trouble. I removed all them people from my house. Here, I have no, I followed everything the court has asked me to do with my child. I'm trying to follow all the recommendations to all the courts. Here we are today, and I've done very, very hard to move forward from the situation that I'm in. With that said,
Okay, that doesn't answer my question.
can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question was, why are you letting people you know have drugs into your house? That's how the drugs got into your house. So why did you let that happen knowing it was going on? If you didn't use drugs until Adderall guy produced crack instead.
That was my sister's boyfriend.
Where was your sister?
After my mom died, I let her stay at my house. After JFS was involved, I removed all them people from my house.
So what exactly is it that you need to accomplish on probation? Explain that to me. I mean, you're the one asking for probation, right?
Yes.
So to accomplish what?
I have to provide somewhere for my daughter to live. So I'm gonna have to work and be able to provide her a home to stay in. If I go to jail, which my house is already in foreclosure,
If you're making $300,000 a year, why is your house in foreclosure?
so it sounds like a big amount of money until you pay all your expenses, your fuel, your insurance, your breakdowns. When I was arrested, I know we're going back to my bond conditions were no driving.
Court costs, drugs, hookers.
That's how I make my living, is driving a semi. I'm a professional driver.
I'm just trying to help here.
I went 2 months without working at all, with still paying all the business expenses, the payments on the trucks, the insurance. I went all summer not driving my truck. I just been recently put back in my truck.
For a good reason.
Yes, sir, for good reason. I'm still trying to keep the business going. I'm a mediator for the foreclosure, which I'm gonna hopefully keep my house.
It's not
So
looking good.
with your question asking why should I be on probation and why I'm asking for it, is because I understand I broke the law, but I got the snowball effect on everything. I know I did it, I'm responsible of it, but I want to move forward in life and not be stuck, like I said.
I'm looking at your written version taken from the pre-sentence questionnaire. And I don't have any idea what you're talking about. What is it you were trying to communicate in that written version?
Remember filling out the forms for probation, that's what he's talking about.
With the pre-sentencing for the probation officer,
Yeah.
she asked me a bunch of questions and I just gave her answers.
All right. Ms. Mulligan?
Only because this is the defendant's first felony, and it is a felony of the 5th degree. The state is recommending community control.
Why is it that your driving record is so bad? Never mind. You had a physical control in 2020, June of 2020. What was that all about?
I left the bar had a few drinks, and I was under the legal limit for a normal driver. I know that I'm saying poor me, but it wasn't poor me. With a CDL, you're only allowed at .02.
Okay. So if your CDL is so important to you, what are you doing in the bar and then driving? If your CDL is so important to you, why are you smoking crack and then driving? Why is that? It doesn't make one bit of sense to me. Why?
Well, I guess it's because I didn't consider the consequence.
So in 20, you suffer a consequence because you get a physical control, which I'm assuming apparently didn't have any impact on your ability to keep a commercial driver's license, but it probably had an effect on your insurance rate, right? Right?
It did.
Okay, so why didn't you think of the consequence when you smoked crack and got in the car?
I'm unsure how to answer that, sir.
Well, why don't you give me an answer that sort of is truthful and makes sense?
Well, I did it, so
Well, let me ask you this. You went over to Chainsaw Guy's house and smoked some crack, right? Right?
I did. I took one hit.
One hit. I only had 2 beers. I only took 1 hit. Okay. So,
Well, the test levels showed you how much I had in my system.
I don't care. I don't care what the test level is. Okay, I don't really, that is the most inconsequential statement you've made so far today, among a lot of them. Okay, I don't care what the level was. So when you got caught by the police after you only took 1 hit of crack, What did they find on you?
They found the remaining crack.
Okay, why did you have the remaining crack with you? And what were you going to do with it?
Well, had it because I was taking it home with me,
Okay, why?
because it was mine.
Okay, what were you gonna do with it?
Well, I probably would have finished it.
Probably?
I would have finished it.
Right. With what? You didn't have any apparatus to smoke crack. You didn't have.
I did not.
What were you, how were you gonna smoke it then?
I guess I would have found the utensils,
What utensils?
the ones I didn't have.
Like what? How would you smoke crack if you don't have a pipe?
Well, I guess I would have figured out a way.
Well, what would you have figured out?
You can smoke it on tinfoil.
How
There's
do you
lots
know
of ways
that?
to do it.
How do you know that?
Because I asked Rich. I didn't have the stuff to do it with. I would have
I
found
know
it.
you didn't have it. You told me you didn't have the stuff to do it with it. I'm asking you, then why did you take it with you? Why didn't you leave it with Rich? How much did you pay for that other guy, Adderall guy? How much you pay for that crack?
$50.
$50. Okay. How much were you gonna pay him for the Adderall?
I
We got Adderall guy and chainsaw guy. I'm liking this story.
prepaid him. He gave me the crack instead of the Adderall.
You
So-
prepaid him what?
$50.
It's like you're trying to talk yourself into a prison sentence. Because you can't be honest about anything. I know you're gonna tell me you are being honest, okay? And then I'll tell you, no, you're not, okay? So, I have a real problem here with you. And my problem with you is you're a first-time felon, a third-time, fourth-time OVI guy over your lifetime, okay? And the applicable statutes of the revised code tell me that essentially I have to put you on probation. Yet, I'm wondering to accomplish what? Because you're cured. I mean, you're fine. The only condition you need for probation is to go to work. Because everything else is good, because you went to that LARC, which is a lark, okay, and got some half-assed treatment. And so I'm supposed to do nothing, according to you.
I love some half-ass treatment.
Okay. So I'm not sentencing you today. I'm continuing the sentencing, and I'm going to send you for a psychological evaluation. And then we're going to come back after I get that report, and I'm going to sentence you. Now, you can either do what you did with Lark, okay? Do what you did with Cindy, okay? Give half-truths and lies to the evaluator, or you can tell the truth. It ain't really that hard to figure out what you're doing, just as a kind of a fair warning here. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Mulligan? Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Fatika, I'd like you to go get a date. Don't leave until you get this date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're back on the record.
You know what this stream needs? Some Lanice Bryant. This is Zach's fault. Thank you, Zach, over at LawNerdsUnite.
Sorry,
Yeah.
okay, Councilman.
Yes, Judge, and Frank Mister at P8784A, on behalf of Ms. Floyd. I just want to run the record quickly. We just got back from lunch and complaining when this was running up to Billy Bang and just complaining about his testimony, confronting him, saying that he was essentially untruthful with it. I just want to put that on the record. I did have court officers step in as soon as I caught wind of it, but they obviously had some words before we really got
Hard
into it.
afternoon, Mr. Hill. You having a hard afternoon. Mr. Hill, what's that?
Your Honor, I'm not sure the contents of their conversation. They obviously do have a history. I did not hear what was discussed. As soon as we saw them talking, I did ask them to cease the conversation. We did get a court security officer to separate them. We indicated that it's absolutely impermissible to talk to another witness, even if they know each other, and I have no
Well,
idea.
it's definitely inappropriate to talk to the witness, but it's illegal. Listen, ooh, can y'all hear me? It's illegal and witness tampering and interfering with a court case to confront the witness who is still on the record about their testimony. And so if that is the case, your witness might need a lawyer. Now, I come in here and I try my best to be as thoroughly as I can be. Y'all didn't expect me to say that. I come in here and I try my best to make sure that everybody knows this is not the place to play. I come in here, I try my best to make everybody aware that I'm gonna go by the rules. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask Mr. O'Bain about what happened in that hallway.
If you didn't know, y'all stink. Okay, that's just my opinion.
That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna ask him what was said in that hallway. And then your witness might need a lawyer. She might need a lawyer.
I don't believe she had any intentions to run afoul of any court rules, Your Honor. I understand what you're
She
saying.
might have did a good job without having any desire to do so. Cause I don't know what will possess her. First of all, there's a sequestration in effect. And the only reason that your witness is in this courtroom to hear that testimony is because as the complaining witness, the Victims' Rights Act gives her the right to do so. Because if the Victims' Rights Act did not give her the right to do so, she would have been in a hallway with everybody else. And so maybe this is a good reason why the Victims' Rights Act might need to be changed. Because what we're not gonna do is have people sitting in here and then confronting me about what I said on the witness stand. It's illegal, it's inappropriate, and it is not going to be tolerated. So hear me when I say that if it is discovered that she has done what she is accused of doing, which if the officers had to step in, it's not gonna be good. All right. So I'm ready.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, we can bring back in Mr. O'Bain, and then this might have to be something else. Oh, yes, I might not even need it now, 'cause- thank you. Mr. Chief Officer asked Ms. Barnes if the chief is here. We're back on the record. Before we begin now, I'm gonna ask Mr. O'Bain some questions that with respect to some things that were just brought to the court's attention. Mr. Obang, you're still under oath, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Mr. Obang, I called for a recess, earlier today. After you finished your direct examination, do you recall that?
Yes.
And Mr. Obang, after I called that recess, you left my courtroom, you went in the hallway, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you went in the hallway, did something happen, with you and Ms. Lamb?
No. Oh, no, right now I was sitting and she came and sit on my side.
In the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Ms. Lamb came in the hallway. Did she say anything to you?
Yeah.
What did she say?
Oh, she was saying that, we are still friends, and I say, yeah, we're still friends, and, what did she say? Why?
Mr. Obang, and let me just also say this, you know, you're still under oath, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what did she say?
Yeah, she said we're still friends, and I say, yeah, so she started bringing, is that what is going on? I said, what is going on? You understand? And nothing, I'm just saying what I see and what happened. And she was talking, and then I think one of the ladies said she can't stand. One of the lawyers or something said she can't sit by where I'm sitting, you know, I was sitting and she can't.
Okay, who were the officers that intervened?
If there was a security guard that's not.
Oh, yeah, she came.
No, just hold on, because let me tell y'all something, I'm not gonna do this. Let's let Mr. Obang go down and get off the stand. Bring in the officer.
Just go back.
Come on, go get the officer.
He was wearing a mask.
No, go in the hall.
Yeah.
I gotta get to you.
Come this way, please. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. All right, and I want, you can put your hand down, and you can sit in the witness box, but not really. I mean, you can sit there. Sit, go ahead, sit in the witness box. What's your name?
Carrie.
Say that again.
Carrie Fagan.
Fagan?
Yeah.
Okay. Officer Fagan, you work for,
Allied.
Allied, and you're assigned to 36th District Court.
Yes.
Officer Fagan, did you get involved in a situation that occurred in the hallway after my morning docket?
Yes.
I want to ask you a couple of questions about it. Is that okay?
Yes.
First, tell me, what did you do to get involved in it?
Well, I had, both persons to separate themselves.
Okay, now I want to focus on that right there. So when you say separate themselves, why did they have to be separated?
Because they were conversing with each other.
And so were they conversing in an aggressive way?
At first.
At first they were?
Yeah, they were talking among each other.
And when you say aggressive, what, tell me why you concluded that it was aggressive?
Because of the way her movements were when she was talking to them.
And can you stand up and show me?
Yeah, she was like this.
So was she standing or sitting?
She was sitting down.
And she was sitting next to him?
Yes.
And she was pointing at him?
Yes, it was like she was doing like this, like she was trying to explain something.
To him?
Yes.
Okay, you can be seated. Did you by any chance hear anything that they said?
No, no, I didn't.
What caused you to go up to them?
The lawyer came and got me.
Which lawyer? The one that's sitting there with the glasses on?
Yes.
Okay. He came and got you, and then he said what?
He said, break them to up because it's getting a little heated.
Okay. And then you walked over to them?
Yes, that's correct.
And what did you do or say?
I had them to separate.
And how did you do that?
I just told them to, move on a different bench.
And did they do that?
First she scooted over, then I had her to move on another bench.
She scooted over on the same bench.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, does anyone want to ask her questions based on the questions that I just asked her?
No, Your Honor.
No?
Nothing from me.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate
You're welcome.
coming in. Thank you.
These attorneys won't pass this.
Bring Mr. O'Bane back in, please.
Thank you, officer.
Why you thank her and say you was sorry?
For her to have,
You don't need to say she said, that's why she works security, Mr. Hill.
just trying to.
Oh, no, but I want you to, I really do. Really do. I don't know how to say it. Get through, that's not appropriate. We're not sorry. Keep up the good work. We're not sorry.
Oh, he's got to be at least 25 or 26 at a minimum.
Mr. O'Bane, again, you are under oath, okay? When you were in the hall with Ms. Lamb, was she pointing in your face?
Yes, she did.
And when she was pointing in your face, what did she say?
Honestly, I wasn't really paying attention, but she was just talking, if I can remember that I can. She was just talking. I know that she was saying that we're still friends.
She was saying, we still friends, and she was pointing in your face like this? She was pointing in your face and saying, we still friends?
No, when she sit on my side, first she come and sit on my side. And then she get up.
Ma'am, don't do that.
Yeah, and then she get up before. I don't even feel. I know she.
Ma'am, and you definitely can't speak. Listen. Everyone, stop it. Now, I made an announcement earlier. Now, counsel, you all better tell your clients, now they are the ones that's in danger, the most danger. It is inappropriate for Ms. Floyd to say anything. It is inappropriate for Ms. O'Bane to say anything. And it continues to be inappropriate for Ms. Lamb to say something from that back bench. Now, it would be a shame for me to lock up everybody.
The wheels of justice are going to roll you right into the Wayne County Jail.
That would be a shame. But I will do it. But I will do it. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
All right. I don't know why. The video froze at the end. We get the point. Stop it. There was like 30 seconds left on the video. I don't know why. I tried to fix it. I was working there, but it just froze. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. You get the point. It was a lot of fun. We started in Sutton's Bay. Then we centered over to Minecraft Court, which was fantastic. And then we got some good quality Judge Lanice Bryant. Always a pile of fun. We a little freeze up at the end, but we got the point. We got the point. Judge Bryant's not happy. She doesn't like witness tampering in her court. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. All right, there you go. Thanks for coming out. Apparently, I've got incoming material, but I don't have it yet. And so it looks like there'll be another stream in a little bit. Who knows? I don't know when exactly, but there'll be another stream later because we've got some hot swingers action coming from DeSanto's room. It's been a fun day. I'll see y'all soon.